Check. Check.
We measure length in kilometers and meters. But how do we measure a meter? We measure time in hours, minutes and seconds. But how do we actually measure a second? We measure mass in kilograms and grams. And how do we measure a kilogram? Similarly, for amount of substance, there is mole. For electric current, there is ampere. For temperature, there is Kelvin. And for luminous intensity, there is candela. These are known as the standard units of measurement. Measurements plays a key role in almost all aspects of life, including health, food, daily necessities, transportation, communication, business, economy, defense, and many more. Incorrect measurements lead to wrong decisions, which can have serious consequences. The foundation of the metrology, that is, the science of measurements, lies in the realization of SI units, which is International System of Units and a globally accepted uniform system of measurement. Metrology plays an important role in scientific discoveries and innovation, industrial manufacturing and international trade, in improving the quality of life and in protecting the global environment. The National Measurement Institute (NMI) is responsible for simulating good measurement practice and enables industries to make accurate and traceable measurements for the benefit of the nation.
Check.
It has a network of facilities that provide measurement standards for calibration and testing. NMI maintains the measurement infrastructure
Check.
and represents the nation in international system of measurements.
My check.
Located in
Test
New Delhi,
one.
National Physical Laboratory of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, or CSIR, is India's national measurement.
Check. Test 1.
Set up in India under the aegis of CSIR. NPL is mandated to be the National Metrology Institute in the country. For Indian products to be acceptable, the quality and quantity have to be maintained at international standards. To test our products for exports as well as to test what we import, primary standards of kilogram, meter, second, ampere, Kelvin, mole and candela are needed. At NPL, we develop, maintain and disseminate standards and standard reference materials. These are made available throughout the country for legal metrology. Basic research is needed to improve upon the measurements and materials. NPL does cutting-edge basic research that leads to high precision standards in the country. We regularly participate in global intercomparison tests and are in the top few global metrology institute in terms of the accuracy of the standards which we maintain. NPL as NMI is deeply entrenched in the legal metrology framework of the nation through its active involvement in Bureau of Indian Standards, Quality Control of India and other agencies. We also offer calibration, testing and certification facilities for industry, academia and strategic needs. With the government initiatives like Make in India, Skill India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, NPL sets up world-class facilities for testing and calibration, trains manpower in metrology and helps India be self-reliant. In this video, we present a glimpse of what we do at NPL.
साथियों, ये मेट्रोलॉजी साधारण भाषा में कहें तो मापने नापने की साइंस। ये किसी भी वैज्ञानिक उपलब्धि के लिए भी बुनियाद की तरह काम करती है। कोई भी रिसर्च माप और नाप के बिना आगे नहीं बढ़ सकती। यहां तक कि हमें अपनी उपलब्धि भी किसी न किसी पैमाने पर मापनी ही पड़ती है। इसलिए मेट्रोलॉजी मॉडर्निटी की आधारशिला है। जितनी बेहतर आपकी मेथोडोलॉजी होगी, उतनी ही बेहतर मेट्रोलॉजी होगी। और जितनी विश्वसनीय मेट्रोलॉजी जिस देश की होगी, उस देश की विश्वसनीयता दुनिया में उतनी ही ज्यादा होगी।
The concern for establishing a rational and universal set of measurement units led to a landmark meter convention on May 20th, 1875, where an international diplomatic We measure length in kilometers and meters. But how do we measure a meter? We measure time in hours, minutes and seconds. But how do we actually measure a second? We measure mass in kilograms and grams. And how do we measure a kilogram? Similarly, for amount of substance, there is mole. For electric current, there is ampere. For temperature, there is Kelvin. And for luminous intensity, there is candela. These are known as the standard units of measurement. Measurements plays a key role in almost all aspects of life, including health, food, daily necessities, transportation, communication, business, economy, defense, and many more. Incorrect measurements lead to wrong decisions, which can have serious consequences. The foundation of the metrology, that is, the science of measurements, lies in the realization of SI units, which is International System of Units and a globally accepted uniform system of measurement. Metrology plays an important role in scientific discoveries and innovation, industrial manufacturing and international trade, in improving the quality of life and in protecting the global environment. The National Measurement Institute (NMI) is responsible for simulating good measurement practice and enables industries to make accurate and traceable measurements for the benefit of the nation. It has a network of facilities that provide measurement standards for calibration and testing. NMI maintains the measurement infrastructure and represents the nation in International System of Measurements. Located in New Delhi, National Physical Laboratory of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, or CSIR, is India's National Measurement Institute.
Welcome to National Physical Laboratory, one of the earliest laboratories to be set up in India under the aegis of CSIR. NPL is mandated to be the National Metrology Institute in the country. For Indian products to be acceptable, the quality and quantity have to be maintained at international standards. To test our products for exports as well as to test what we import, primary standards of kilogram, meter, second, ampere, Kelvin, mole and candela are needed. At NPL, we develop, maintain and disseminate standards and standard reference materials. These are made available throughout the country for legal metrology. Basic research is needed to improve upon the measurements and materials. NPL does cutting-edge basic research that leads to high precision standards in the country. We regularly participate in global intercomparison tests and are in the top few global metrology institute in terms of the accuracy of the standards which we maintain. NPL as NMI is deeply entrenched in the legal metrology framework of the nation through its active involvement in Bureau of Indian Standards, Quality Control of India and other agencies. We also offer calibration, testing and certification facilities for industry, academia and strategic needs. With the government initiatives like Make in India, Skill India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, NPL sets up world-class facilities for testing and calibration, trains manpower in metrology and helps India be self-reliant. In this video, we present a glimpse of what we do at NPL.
साथियों, ये मेट्रोलॉजी साधारण भाषा में कहें तो मापने नापने की साइंस, ये किसी भी वैज्ञानिक उपलब्धि के लिए भी बुनियाद की तरह काम करती है। कोई भी रिसर्च माप और नाप के बिना आगे नहीं बढ़ सकती। यहां तक कि हमें अपनी उपलब्धि भी किसी न किसी पैमाने पर मापनी ही पड़ती है। इसलिए मेट्रोलॉजी मॉडर्निटी की आधारशिला है। जितनी बेहतर आपकी मेथोडोलॉजी होगी, उतनी ही बेहतर मेट्रोलॉजी होगी। और जितनी विश्वसनीय मेट्रोलॉजी जिस देश की होगी, उस देश की विश्वसनीयता दुनिया में उतनी ही ज्यादा होगी।
The concern for establishing a rational and universal set of measurement units led to a landmark meter convention on May 20th, 1875, where an international diplomatic treaty was signed by 17 nations in Paris. This convention brought the world's focus on metrology that resulted in an international structure to ensure that all member states have equivalent capabilities on measurements. This treaty founded the International Bureau of Weights and Measures (BIPM) in Paris, France. under the authority of the General Conference on Weights and Measures, CGPM. At present, CGPM has 62 member states and observers from 40 associate states and economies. To commemorate the signature of the Meter Convention, the World Meteorology Day is celebrated on 20th of May every year. CSIR India was established on September 26, 1942 under the leadership of Sir Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar. In 1943, the governing body of CSIR decided to establish 5 national laboratories including National Physical Laboratory (NPL). The foundation of NPL was laid on January 4, 1947 by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, about 7 months before India became independent. The CSIR-NPL was expected to fill a wide gap in the scientific and industrial organizations of India. It is mandated to maintain the standards and to undertake research for achieving a high degree of accuracy in the measurements. It establishes international equivalence through inter-comparisons with other NMIs of the world. The present campus of CSIR-NPL was inaugurated by former Deputy Prime Minister Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on 21st January 1950. The inaugural ceremony of CSIR-NPL was attended by a galaxy of eminent people from many countries. It is apparent that the world had very high expectations from the CSIR-NPL towards the growth of India. The Standards of Weights and Measures Act, enacted by the Government of India in 1956, ensures that each of its citizens has an access to uniform measurements that are traceable to the SI units. The Republic of India signed the diplomatic treaty and became the member state of CGPM in 1957. With CSIR-NPL as its National Meteorology Institute (NMI), CSIR-NPL is the founding member of Asia Pacific Meteorology Program (APMP), which is one of the 6 regional meteorology organizations (RMOs) of the world. On 16 November 2018, during the 26th CGPM meeting held at Versailles, France, 60 member states voted for a landmark revision of the SI units. On behalf of India, a team led by Dr. D.K. Aswal, Director, CSIR-NPL, voted for the revision of the SI units. On May 20, 2019, CSIR-NPL implemented the revised SI units in India. The Legal Metrology National Standards Rules 2011 under Chapter 3 states, the work relating to the realization, establishment, custody, maintenance, determination, reproduction and updating of national standards of weights and measures shall, on the commencement of these rules, be the responsibility of the National Physical Laboratory. Therefore, this is the core mandate of CSIR-NPL. CSIR-NPL is mandated to be India's NMI by an Act of Parliament. Being the custodian of national standards of measurements, CSIR-NPL is responsible for the realization, establishment, upgradation, maintenance and dissemination of standards at par to international level, providing meteorological traceability across the country. The mandate of CSIR-NPL is to ensure the realizations of SI units as national standards and to transfer the values of the standards to the national quality infrastructure through calibrations, testing and other measurement-related services. The customers who are the direct beneficiaries of CSIR-NPL make their measurement result traceable to those of CSIR-NPL and hence to the SI units. These organizations in turn provide measurement services to their customers, hence assuring quality in the measurements across the country. CSIR-NPL is also Timekeeper of India. CSIR-NPL, through its primary National Calibration Facilities, supports thousands of quality assurance testing and calibration laboratories across the country, which belong to the government, strategic sector and industries. The scientific endeavor of CSIR-NPL embarked with the invention of indelible ink, which is being used for impartial execution of the electoral process of India. CSIR-NPL also developed hermetically sealed boxes of tempered glass for safe preservation and maintenance of original copy of the Constitution of India and still discharging this constitutional safeguard duty. CSIR-NPL also plays vital role in nation building through its path-breaking scientific contributions, which have wider socio-economic applications covering research and development of new and strategic materials to environmental assessment and protection. At present, CSIR-NPL is carrying out its mandate through 6 divisions.
This division has a mandate to realize, establish, upgrade, maintain and disseminate standards for various physico-mechanical parameters. These include 4 SI units of mass, length, temperature and luminous intensity, and many drive parameters like volume, density, viscosity, humidity and moisture content. It provides national service of calibration, testing, consultancy and advice to the various government bodies. It also provides training to generate the skilled manpower in the country and SAARC nations. Physico-Mechanical Metrology Division issues more than 2,000 calibration and test reports annually to industries and various user organizations.
Electrical and Electronics Metrology.
Electrical and Electronics Metrology Division is the custodian of national standards and disseminating traceability to electrical and electronics parameters, which involves voltage, current, resistance, power and energy and quantum standards at international level. Apex level calibration and testing services are provided to various manufacturers, power sectors, strategic sectors to enhance manufacturing and exports. R&D in metrology is going on towards quantum standards for realization of quantum current, quantum resistance, quantum nanophotonics. The division also contributing in resolving various industrial and societal issues and challenges from time to time for benefits of industries and society.
Advanced Materials and Device Metrology.
This division consists of 4 activities: photovoltaic materials, photonic materials, advanced carbon product and solar energy complex. The photovoltaic section working on MR pulse, micro and nanocrystalline silicon, thin film material for solar cell application. Also developing the quality infrastructure for material and device testing like primary standard for solar cell, including validation of solar cell performance. Group is also working on the agriculture waste management, recycling of solar cell, plastic waste. Recently, activated carbon from waste juice stick has been developed, which had so many applications for daily life.
साथियों, आज का भारत पर्यावरण की दिशा में दुनिया का नेतृत्व करने की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन एयर क्वालिटी और एमिशन को मापने की टेक्नोलॉजी से लेकर टूल्स तक हम दूसरों पर निर्भर रहे हैं। आज इसमें भी आत्मनिर्भरता के लिए हमने एक बड़ा कदम उठाया है। इससे भारत में प्रदूषण से निपटने के लिए ज्यादा सस्ते और प्रभावी सिस्टम तो विकसित ही होंगे, साथ में एयर क्वालिटी और एमिशन से जुड़ी टेक्नोलॉजी के ग्लोबल मार्केट में भी भारत की हिस्सेदारी बढ़ जाएगी। हमारे वैज्ञानिकों के ही सतत प्रयासों से भारत आज ये उपलब्धि हासिल कर रहा है।
Environmental Sciences and Biomedical Metrology.
The Environmental Sciences and Biomedical Metrology Division is engaged in the frontline research in the areas of ionospheric and atmospheric sciences, like climate change, radiative forcing, air quality, etc. Besides sensors development and biomedical, division is working to establish test calibration and certification facility for the air pollution monitoring equipments like aerosol samplers, continuous ambient air quality monitoring system, and the online continuous emission monitoring system at CSIR-NPL to cater to the requirement of various stakeholders like government, regulators, manufacturers, and users. The research activities in the division span from the understanding of chemical and physical properties of the upper and lower atmosphere to the development of sensor materials and devices for environmental and biomedical applications.
जिस भारतीय निर्देशक द्वारा लोकार्पण किया गया है, यह हमारे उद्योग जगत को क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स बनाने के लिए प्रोत्साहित करेगा। अब फूड, एडिबल ऑयल्स, मिनरल्स, हेवी मेटल्स, पेस्टिसाइड, फार्मा और टेक्सटाइल ऐसे अनेक क्षेत्रों में अपने सर्टिफाइड रेफरेंस मटेरियल सिस्टम को मजबूत करने की तरफ हम तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। अब हम उस स्थिति की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं जहां इंडस्ट्री रेगुलेशन सेंट्रिक अप्रोच के बजाय कंज्यूमर ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच की तरफ बढ़े। इन नए मानकों से देश भर के जिलों में वहां के लोकल प्रोडक्ट को ग्लोबल पहचान दिलाने का अभियान है, उसको बहुत लाभ मिलेगा। इससे हमारे एमएसएमई सेक्टर को विशेष लाभ होगा, क्योंकि बाहर की जो बड़ी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनियां भारत आ रही हैं, उनको यहीं पर इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स की लोकल सप्लाई चेन मिलेगी। सबसे बड़ी बात, नए मानकों से एक्सपोर्ट और इंपोर्ट दोनों की क्वालिटी सुनिश्चित होगी। इससे भारत के सामान्य उपभोक्ता को भी अच्छा सामान मिलेगा, एक्सपोर्टर की परेशानी भी कम होगी। यानी हमारा प्रोडक्शन, हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स क्वालिटी में जितने बेहतर होंगे, उतनी ही ताकत देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को मिलेगी।
भारतीय निदेशक द्रव्य (BND).
The reference material is required for the calibration of measuring instruments, validation of the procedures, and traceability. BND is a registered trademark about production and certification of BND. In India, there are around 4 lakhs accredited and non-accredited laboratories who are involved in testing of liquids, solid or gas phases. There is a market of around $4 billion USD worldwide. India is procuring most of the reference standards from other countries.
A very warm welcome to all the distinguished guests, eminent scientists, faculty members, students, industry partners, media partners, and the young minds who are with us today. I, Dr. Avni Khatkar, scientist at CSIR-NPL, with immense honor and pleasure, welcome you all to the 80th Foundation Day celebrations of CSIR-NPL. Today, we are not just marking a date on the calendar, we are celebrating 8 decades of precision, perseverance, and purpose, and from defining standards to enabling innovation, from ensuring accuracy to empowering industry. CSIR-NPL has stood firm, measuring not just units, but India's progress itself. So before we formally begin, may I request your kind cooperation to ensure a smooth and dignified conduct of the program. So I request you to kindly switch your phones to silent mode and kindly maintain the decorum of the auditorium. I request the students to kindly settle down. Ladies and gentlemen and dear students, the National Physical Laboratory was founded in January 1947 at a time when independent India was still finding its scientific voice. And over the decades, through sustained excellence and unwavering commitment, CSIR-NPL has evolved into what it is today, the National Measurement Institute of our country, entrusted with the responsibility of establishing, maintaining, and disseminating the national measurement standards. And from its early beginnings to its present global stature, CSIR-NPL has remained faithful to its core mandate: precision in measurement, integrity in science, and service to the nation. And we are delighted to have with us today senior leadership, scientists, students, representatives from the ministries, industry partners, members from media, and members from academia, all integral to the vibrant ecosystem of CSIR-NPL, which it nurtures. And in a short while from now, once the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, arrives at CSIR-NPL, we shall together witness the live inauguration of two national significant scientific facilities: National Primary Standard Facility for Solar Cell Calibration and National Environmental Standards Lab, right here from the auditorium. So before proceeding to the auditorium, the Honorable Minister will inaugurate these two nationally significant scientific facilities, which will be live streamed for all of us here in the auditorium. तो कुछ ही क्षणों में हम प्रयोगशाला के उद्घाटन के नहीं, राष्ट्र निर्माण के साक्षी बनेंगे। धन्यवाद। So now, through the live stream, you can see that Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, is being welcomed at CSIR-NPL by our DG CSIR, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, and along with DG CSIR, Dr. Venugopalachinta, Director CSIR-NPL, is also present. CSIR-NPL preserves the original copy of Constitution of India, which is being showcased here in the NPL campus itself for the students. Now they are proceeding for a group photograph with the senior officials in the NPL campus. So after the group photograph, they will proceed for the inauguration of the National Primary Standard Facility for solar cell calibration. So now they have arrived in the solar cell complex of CSIR-NPL to inaugurate the National Primary Standard Facility for solar cell calibration. So now, as you can see in the visuals, Honorable Minister is going to inaugurate. Can we have a huge round of applause as the National Primary Standard Facility for Solar Cell Calibration in the Solar Cell Complex. This is one of the world's best facility, which is now being inaugurated by Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Vice President CSIR, in the august presence of Professor Venugopal Achanta, Director CSIR-NPL, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi,
No, they want us to start. So, NPL.
Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General CSIR and Secretary DSIR, Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi, Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause as this world-class national facility is being dedicated to the nation. So as we all know, India's solar photovoltaic capacity is expanding rapidly, and even a small uncertainty in efficiency measurement can lead to significant financial implications. For instance, an uncertainty of 0.1% in efficiency measurement may translate into an ambiguity of nearly 200 crores for solar installation of 100 gigawatts. मापन की सूक्ष्मता निवेश की विश्वसनीयता तय करती है. So internationally, only 4 labs worldwide are recognized under the World Photovoltaic Scale: NREL USA, PTB Germany, AIST Japan, and TIPS China. Among these, PTB and NREL have historically offered the lowest uncertainty levels. Today, CSIR-NPL joins this elite group by establishing a primary standard facility for reference solar cell calibration in collaboration with PTB Germany, with support from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. This facility achieves a targeted uncertainty of 0.35% for short circuit current, the lowest among all WPVS labs globally as of today.
Manufacturing has started happening in the country, so they can just sort of think, because that will generate revenue. They are the cheapest provider of services in the world. That will be a greater source of revenue. And also from other countries also.
So this unique facility enables self-reliance in solar PV measurements, saves foreign exchange and turnaround time, provides easy access to calibration for Indian industry, strengthens confidence across the solar PV value chain.
You can have takers, plenty outside.
So now, after the inauguration of the National Primary Standard Facility for Solar Cell Calibration, our Honorable Minister, along with other dignitaries, will proceed to the second venue for measuring the power of, from the measuring the power of sun to measuring the purity of our environment. And soon we will witness the inauguration of the second facility. Ladies and gentlemen, and dear students, the National Environmental Standard Laboratory, Asia's first and only facility, is now being inaugurated by Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Vice President CSIR, in the august presence of Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi, Secretary MNRE, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General CSIR, Secretary DSIR, Professor Venugopal Achanta, Director CSIR-NPL, along with all other dignitaries. और आज ये कहना बिल्कुल सार्थक होगा कि ऊर्जा की सटीकता से पर्यावरण की सुरक्षा तक विज्ञान न केवल माप रहा है बल्कि भविष्य को दिशा दे रहा है. And as we all know that India is among the fastest developing large economies with development policies firmly anchored in sustainable growth. At the same time, air pollution remains a critical challenge. To address this, the Government of India has mandated continuous emission monitoring systems and continuous ambient air quality monitoring systems across 7 categories of highly polluting industries. Globally, the air pollution monitoring systems market is projected to reach over $7 billion by 2027, with the Asia-Pacific region emerging as the fastest growing segment. However, Indian manufacturers faced a major challenge, the absence of a national quality assurance and certification mechanism. Recognizing this gap, this facility is being inaugurated today at CSIR-NPL. And with the establishment of this facility at CSIR-NPL, we will now provide testing, calibration, performance evaluation, certification of emission and ambient air quality monitoring equipment fully aligned with international practices. And this facility strengthens environmental governance, supports Make in India, and contributes directly to the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission. And with these two inaugurations, two critical pillars, clean energy and clean air, are strengthened through precision, science, and trust. I request all of you to please remain silent as we are going to start the function soon. And I request all of you to please keep your mobile phones on silent mode. I'm honored to announce the arrival of our chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology. Can we have a huge round of applause? A leader who has championed the cause of science as a driver of national progress, a statesman who believes that when science advances, the nation rises. And under his visionary leadership, Indian science has not only expanded its frontiers, but has also strengthened its purpose, serving society, empowering innovation, and shaping a self-reliant India. Can we have a huge round of applause as Sir joins us on the dais? We welcome you, sir. Namaskar and a very cheerful and heartwarming good afternoon to all of you. I, Dr. Avni Khatkar, So I extend a cordial welcome to one and all to the 80th Foundation Day celebration of CSIR-NPL. So allow me to begin by wishing all of you a happy and prosperous new year. May this year bring new opportunities, milestones, and successes for each one of us as individuals and community. So let us start the function, and I request our students to please welcome Sir by a planter. You give to DJ ma'am and to Sarangi sir. So we welcome Dr. Jitendra Singh, chief guest of today's event, Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi, Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General CSIR and Secretary DSIR. And in Indian tradition, as every meaningful beginning is marked by light, the light of knowledge, clarity, and purpose, so I request Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji and our distinguished dignitaries for the lamp lighting. Thank you for the serene and auspicious beginning. With the blessings of Lord Saraswati, may this sacred flame guide us from uncertainty to accuracy, from measurement to meaning. And on this momentous occasion of 80th Foundation Day of CSIR-NPL, to formally welcome our distinguished guests and to set the tone of today's celebrations, it is my privilege to request Professor Venugopal Achanta, Director CSIR-NPL, for the welcome address. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji,
who is a fountain of ideas, pushing us to deliver and also take whatever we are doing to the masses so that there is relevance to what we are doing. So Sri Sarangiji, Secretary MNRE, who has been supportive to the solar cell calibration facility which came up. Today Honorable Minister has just inaugurated this facility, and we miss the MOEFCC colleagues here, but their blessing and support is there in the environment monitoring facility which has been inaugurated just now. And our backbone and strength, pillar of support, I would say, Dr. Kalai Selvi, for her continued support and encouragement at every stage. So without them, NPL contributions will not be as bright or as visible as they are. So I'd like to thank them, each one of them on the stage. And those who are off the stage, we have former Director Dr. Vikram Kumar and family of CSIR headquarters and fellow directors who are here. And we also have our colleagues from Legal Metrology, BIS, Quality Council, industry partners, reference material producers. So these are all from the CSIR-NPL family. Thanks for coming here and being part of this celebratory occasion where we have to remember what we have been and what we are doing and what we plan to do in the future. So as the 80th Foundation Day, we completed 79 glorious years, starting with the indelible ink, one of the first success stories, which continues to be the face or recognition point for CSIR-NPL. We have grown lab-grown diamonds way back in 1980s, which are niche now. We have done silicon ingots much before the country thought about these things. Carbon composites which are still being used in missiles, which India is developing. The nuclear fuel rods, these are all carbon composites. Then we have been working on photovoltaics of all generations over the decades. We have been known for preservation of Indian Constitution, handwritten Constitution. So these are all the legacy items which push us to deliver more and be relevant to the society. So to be relevant, to be addressing the national needs, the government initiatives, we've been working on Bharatiya Nirdeshak Dravya. These are the certified reference materials with our excellent reference material producer partners, both government as well as the private. We have released several BNDs over the last few years. These range from water, cements. Then recently, we have been tied up with the Ministry of Ayush and Siddha. Why not we bring the traditional medicine under the SI unit ambit so that not just the measurements, but eventually we need to go towards quantifying the compositions. So towards this, like our sister laboratories, CMAP, Dr. Prabodh Tiwari is here, and IHBT Director, Dr. Sudesh is also here. We miss IIM Jammu, Dr. Zabir. He has a meeting with the governor, so he couldn't be here. So these are partnerships which we are nurturing among the sister labs so that we can take these BNDs to next level. So on one hand, we are trying to promote this traditional knowledge, traditional know-how, traditional medicine of India. And on the other hand, we are also working on cutting-edge future technologies to make keep India at the pedestal of futuristic technologies. For example, quantum technologies. We have been working on quantum metrology and metrology for quantum technologies. As we know, there is National Quantum Mission. There are about 150 startups, but somebody has to certify these things. So we have planned ahead. So we have set up India's first quantum sensor lab, where we have demonstrated first time in the country the electrometry, magnetometry, among others. So we also have the lab. We are working with industry and startups for the single photon metrology. So these are some things which the futuristic ones. And we also need to look at strategic initiative. For example, we have the LED calibration facility which came up a few years ago. Then we also have these PMU calibrations. So the health of the power grid depends on continuous monitoring from place to place, like so if there is a fluctuation. So this continuous monitoring is needed. Time stamping is needed for these voltage, current, and phase. So these PMUs, there are tens of thousands of these PMUs are across the power grid. So we initiated and established with the help of like Power Ministry this PMU calibration facility at NPL. This is also working and contributing to the nation. So we're also working on not just newer ones to strengthen the existing standards so that like our calibration and measurement facilities are globally acceptable and competitive across the world. So these are keeping us busy, and at the same time we work with the line ministries, we work with stakeholders like QCI, accreditation bodies, sister labs, so that like we continue to deliver, identify, and set up futuristic facilities. Indian Standard Time, I cannot conclude without saying about Indian Standard Time. So we continue to provide the Indian Standard Time with one of the best uncertainties in the globe. So just to say that like the team contributions are such that like we are the 6th highest contributor to the international atomic time calculation. That shows the confidence level the world has on the Indian Standard Time. So we are also encouraging growth of metrology across India. So there is, in addition to the single metrology institute, National Metrology Institute, which is CSIR-NPL, we also have to encourage in different areas. So for example, BARC handles all the radiation standards. That's a designated institute for the country. In addition, last year we have encouraged and got NIOT Chennai as a designated institute for underwater acoustics. So this way, like we are trying to expand the scope, bring in new partners, recognize newer facilities which are world-class across India, and then bring them under the meter convention so that India is recognized globally and our facilities are stand out among the global facilities. So with this, like, so I would like to thank each one of you once again for being part of these celebrations today, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and inspiring words. As we move forward in today's program, it is now time to hear from a leader who has redefined excellence through humility, courage, and conviction. Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, DG CSIR. Ma'am, please.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant afternoon to each and every one of you. Most respected and Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and the Vice President of CSIR, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji. Fellow Secretary from MNRE, Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi Ji, Secretary MNRE. Director NPL, Dr. Dakhathe, former Director of NPL. Directors from other CSIR laboratories, Team NPL, Industry, MSME, Startups, School Children, Research Scholars, Project Assistants, and I will, in simple terms, I will call CSIR family, friends, ladies and gentlemen, press and media. Today is a very, very special day, and I wish to say one line, happy birthday to NPL. This is the 80th birthday to you. You are the one among the first 5 CSIR laboratories, senior-most person, carrying a lot of pride, and today you have added 2 more very important pride points. World's 5th largest facility, thanks to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, for this kind of a calibration of environmental chamber that is funded by them. And world's 2nd best facility, thanks to MNRE, because now from today onwards, this lab will start doing the calibration parameters for solar cell. So we are now standing as world's 5th, world's 2nd. And on this 80th birthday, all of you can rededicate yourself towards only one target. There should be one area, maybe in next 1 or 2 years, the DG and the minister should be in a position to come and announce that today we have reached world's 1st laboratory, and you please choose the area in which you want to pitch in that particular thing. I think that should be your objective. And year 2025 was the most successful year for you because you got the trademark for IST and you made 5 atomic clocks very, very successfully. Even if India is GPS denied for some reason, at some region for some time, then also NPL's atomic clocks will help the nation And therefore, all the time you are showing up to the nation's requirement. And I wish all the very best to each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. And give more and more success stories in the name of NPL. That should go in the name of CSIR, and the nation should feel proud in the global arena. Thank you so very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring address. Your words once again remind us that when science is guided by clarity and vision and integrity of purpose, it becomes a powerful instrument for national transformation. And now, as we move forward in celebrating our birthday, the next address comes from a distinguished administrator and policymaker whose leadership spans education, commerce, trade, and technology, and who today steers one of nation's most critical missions, India's journey towards clean and sustainable energy. A 1994 batch IS officer of Odisha cadre, Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi, who currently serves as Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. I request you, sir, for your address.
Honorable Minister, Sri Jitendra Singh Ji, DG CSIR, Dr. Kalai Salvi, Director NPL, Chief Scientist NPL, and distinguished audience. It's actually a very happy moment as well as a proud moment for me for having partnered with NPL CSIR for setting up this primary standard for solar cell calibration. And as DG pointed out, there are only 5 labs in the world, including this one, which has this facility. And this will help us in our renewable journey. All of you are aware that India is the 3rd largest country in the world as far as renewable capacity is concerned. We have the 2nd largest module manufacturing capacity in the world, and with about 122 gigawatt of module manufacturing capacity, we are heading towards becoming the 2nd largest cell manufacturing capacity in the world with 65 gigawatt of facility by June 2026. Currently, we have about 30 gigawatt of facility. And in this progress, these kind of facilities help us, enable us to set the benchmark for quality, benchmark for standards. As our Honorable Prime Minister has been telling, that India has to be a developed country by 2047. All of you are aware that no country has become developed without being scientifically advanced, without being technologically most advanced. And for this to happen, institutions like NPL and many institutions of CSIR provide us the basis to create that ecosystem. So with this solar photovoltaic cell calibration facility, we hope that our cell manufacturing facility and our testing ecosystem will get the required standard for manufacturing and competing with the best in the world. I have DG National Institute of Solar Energy sitting here, our R&D head Dr. Sangeeta Kasture sitting here. So I'll request them to collaborate with NPL and ensure an outreach program among the cell manufacturers so that this facility as well as the utilization of this facility is optimally utilized. I thank again for DG CSIR and Director NPL for taking this initiative to set up this facility, and we'll be looking at much larger collaboration in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and for reinforcing the importance of renewable energy in India's sustainable growth journey. Now, as we move forward in today's program, we transition from policy and perspective to technology and translation. So I request, sir, to please come forward to first transfer the technology, indigenously developed technology to the industry. The technology is titled as Thermal Chemical Vapor Deposition, CVD setup for graphene deposition, which is being transferred to Better Way Infotech Solutions. I request Dr. Bipin Gupta and Dr. Ritu Srivastava and industry partner Vedant Bansal and Mr. Sunil Bansal to please come. Okay, sir. Next MOU is with CSIR-NPL with Envirotech System Limited, Greater Noida. CSIR-NPL team, Dr. Naveen Garg and Dr. Sushil Kumar. Dr. Chitra Gautam and Miss Environment System, Greater Noida, Mr. M.K. Gupta, MD. Please come fast. They're here only, sir. Envirotech System Limited, Greater Noida, Mr. M.K. Gupta. Quickly. And this is a 18-month project which will focus on design and development and validation of photovoltaic noise barrier. And next, we are entering into MOA with CSIR IHBT. So I request Dr. S.K. Yadav, Director, CSIR IHBT, along with Dr. Upendra Sharma, Thank you so much. So now next is MOA with CSIR IHBT, Palampur, for the production of phytochemicals and bioactive BNDs for a duration of 5 years. Dr. S.K. Yadav, Director, CSIR IHBT, along with Dr. Upendra Sharma, Dr. S.P. Singh, and Dr. Arvind Gautam from CSIR-NPL. Next is MOA with IOCL. So I request the representative from IOCL to please come. Mr. Himanshu Ranjan, Executive Director, IOCL, and Mr. S.S. Tripathi, General Manager, QC, IOCL, and Dr. S.P. Singh, CSIR, NPL, and Dr. G.A. Bashir from CSIR, NPL, for the production of BNDs in petroleum sector, strengthening accuracy, reliability, and international comparability in aviation, turbine fuel, and diesel. So next in our digital tools moving forward, we are launching another initiative under the automation tool SMART. So I request sir to kindly launch the tool. And Dr. Neeraj Banod and Dr. Sanjay R. Dhakate to kindly Now we move forward to the distribution of calibration certificates for solar cell to industry. So first, I request our industry partners from Mitsui Chemicals India Private Limited, Solar PV Lab, Mr. Yogesh Sharma, Mr. Ashwani Kumar, and Mr. Dhruv Kumar Darji to please come, along with our very valued national partners from National Institute of Solar Energy, Gurgaon, Dr. Mohammad Rehan, Dr. Chandan Banerjee, and Dr. Birichi Bora. So today we mark the commitment through the distribution of calibration certificates for solar cells to industry, symbolizing trust, technical excellence, and national self-reliance in renewable energy measurements. Next is the distribution of letters of confirmation of air monitoring systems to Indian manufacturers. So for the distribution, ACE Gas Analyzers Private Limited, Navi Mumbai. Mr. Sambhav Shah, Mr. Rehan Nadar. I request you to please come slightly fastly. Bhumi Process Management Private Limited, Mumbai. Mr. Anand Nayak. Anand Nayak from Bhumi Process Management Private Limited. Next is Engineering and Environmental Solutions Private Limited, Aligarh, Mr. Mohammad Hamza. And after that, next is Envirozone Instruments and Equipments Private Limited, Ghaziabad. Ms. Anushka Verma, Mr. Dharmendra Verma, Mr. Dinesh Kumar. And then next is Forbes Marshall Private Limited, Pune, Mr. Jayant Govind. Next we have Prima Equipment, Vadodara, Mr. Pratish Shah. Swan Environmental Private Limited, Hyderabad, Mr. Karthik and Mr. Manikanta Saja. And then next we have Vasti Instruments Private Limited, Mr. K. Prakash Babu. And now we will move to the next segment, that is the release of BNDs. First release is release of phytochemical BNDs between CSIR-CMAP and CSIR-NPL. A new set of 14 phytochemical BNDs will be released today. Dr. Prabodh Kumar Trivedi, Director, CSIR-CMAP, Dr. Karuna Shankar, CSIR-CMAP, Dr. S.P. Singh, CSIR-NPL, Mr. Arvind Gautam, CSIR-NPL. These BNDs will play a vital role in strengthening analytical reliability and compliance in nutraceuticals, foods, and pharmaceutical sectors, supporting both national and global acceptance of Indian products. After the release of phytochemical BNDs, we move to the release of BND 5062 silica fume. This is in between CSIR-NPL and National Council for Cement and Building Materials. Two more. Next is release of BND 5062 silica fume. And next we have the release of in-house gas BNDs. We are releasing two gas BNDs, BND 6032 and BND 6065. So these are two gas BNDs, BND 6032 and BND 6065. Next, we have the TOT and MOU between CSIO, TOT of hemodialysis machine developed by CSIO to MSV Titan Corporation Private Limited. So I request Professor Shantanu Bhattacharya, Director CSIO, Dr. Anandam Chatterjee, Senior Principal Scientist, PI of the Technology, Mr. Narinder Singh Jassal, and from V Titan, Mr. MSD Prasad. And after this, we have exchange between CSIO Chandigarh and Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology for Divyangjan, Kanpur. One MOU between CSIO and Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology for Divyangjan, Kanpur. And so now I request you, it is a rare and profound privilege for all of us to welcome a leader who not only understands the language of science, but speaks it with heart and vision. Sir, your journey from a physician shaping lives to a mentor inspiring minds to a visionary guiding institutions embodies the very spirit of service and knowledge. You remind us that true leadership blends intellect with empathy, science with vision, and policy with purpose. Sir, please.
So thank you for a very kind introduction and for all those things that I reminded you of. It's nice to hear all those good words. So good afternoon everybody, and a special vanakkam to Dr. Kalai Selvi, because she has made the tag word in Delhi. So I think we can't get off by saying vanakkam to her. So along with her, Mr. Sarangi, Dr. Venugopal, Dr. Dattake, all the directors, faculty members, students. At the outset, I also have to perform the pleasant formal task of congratulating Team NPL and the family NPL for the 80th anniversary. And as was being rightly mentioned by Dr. Kalai Selvi, and to add to that what she was saying, CSIR is around, I think, 85 years old or 84 years old. So this is, of course, one of the first siblings. So of the 37 siblings, this is among the first 3 or 4. And another unique thing about this institute or lab is that in the initial days, when the inauguration was happening and the other ceremonies were going on, it was the first vice president of the CSIR and the then Union Minister Dr. Sama Prasad Mukherjee, who was here, along with the then Home Minister Sardar Patel, whom we had invited over here. So I think this is one of the very few labs, or maybe just the only lab, I'll have to check that too, because that's what precisely I keep doing every day, where Dr. Sama Prasad Mukherjee happened to visit himself as the first ever Vice President of CSIR, because that time the Science and Technology was part of the Industry Ministry. We have a beautiful photograph over here in the corridor. I don't know how many children have actually noticed it. I got that copies done and put it in the corridors of various other offices as well, because that is not only a part of the archives, but also an inspiring visual. Therefore, whenever you are here in NPL, it is in a way a brush with the history. And because as was being mentioned by Dr. Kalai Selvi, that these labs already were there in place when the independence happened, and they just had to be made a part of the wider setup. So that is, I think, one unique feature of some of these 4 or 5 labs, that they were already there in pre-independence India, and they transited into the post-independence years. And therefore, the age of CSIR itself is longer than the independence of India. So I think these are some of the things that the children ought to know. In fact, I have been saying this for almost a decade or even more, that we could have conducted tours and we could be writing. In fact, the Director General, in her capacity as Secretary DSIR, can formally write to the secretaries in the education, particularly school education, higher education, to include this, because every year, mostly during the winter months, they have these conducted education tours. And whenever they come to Delhi, they go to Red Fort, they go to Jantar Mantar, then they go to Qutub Minar, then they go to all these places. In fact, I was saying this even in the tourism department, that you don't have to propagate all those monuments because they already exist. Even if the tourism department didn't exist or the travel agents didn't exist, people would anyway go to see the Red Fort and the Qutub Minar. So these are the monuments of modern India, monuments of the 20th century and the 21st century India, which they ought to know, which will not only inspire them, but also enable them to discover the aptitudes within. Like, for example, many of us have grown up matching the time of our watches, particularly in the better half of the 20th century, when this 2-2 happened at 9 o'clock in the evening and 8 o'clock every morning, because that was the news bulletin of the All India Radio, because television didn't exist. So you had 2 bulletins, important bulletins, English and Hindi, at 8 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the evening. And precisely at 9 o'clock in the evening, half the nation would be matching their watches with the atomic clock, which was located over here, and the 2-2 went across the country. So that is a contribution also in the journey of independent India, because when we decided upon Indian Standard Time, which was half an hour earlier than Pakistan, and half an hour later than Bangladesh, something like that. So I think all these things ought to be told to these youngsters so that they know where they are. That's why we created a selfie point here, and I was discussing with the director, we could have it at a more visible location, maybe slightly outside the campus, where the passers-by, because many of us who reach this selfie point are the ones who already are aware of this lab, because we've got something to do. Either we are working over here or we are familiar with this. But if you put it outside, because from our experience we learned when we started this about 6 months back, to have one selfie point with one success story for each of the 37 institutes, we got picked up in the Crorepati program. The first one was the Lotus from Lucknow, and the lady fetched 50 lakh rupees, Dr. Venugopal was telling me. So it could be a source of citizen extra buck making process as well. So you could be then a part of the common mainstream jargon in the country. And this lab, of course, has more than one success stories to tell, and we are also making the best use of the, as I was saying yesterday also, the mediums which are easily accessible by the new generation, whether it is the social media channels, etc. So we would be putting up that. Now, like for example, we had these 2 main inaugurations done today. We could create small visuals about how it works. You know, like I was trying to take interest. I visit there also for my own learning, so that I can know what is happening in the world around. So you had the 5th of its kind in the world dedicated to this solar cell measurements, the voltage measurements. This is something which is going to be the in thing tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow it will become more prevalent. So how does it work? How does it feel like? After Germany, US, China, and Japan, we are the 4th one. And the second one, the environment facility, also happens to be the 2nd one in the world. So how do you recreate a certain ambience based on climate, weather, the other environmental factors, and try to address those issues if they are not very compatible to the human habitat. So I think these are some of the things which could be actually told to these children. So we have these Jigyasa children, but they are already a part of the Jigyasa program. Now the effort has to be to create Jigyasa. They are already bitten by the jigyasa bug, but how to get the other children into the jigyasa fold. For that, I was saying that we could actually create these films and propagate them and also call them to the institution. The other part is, I was in a lighter vein telling Dr. Venugopal that when you don't have money in your pocket, you know how to raise money from others. So that is precisely they have done, because this is a scientific lab, not blessed with too big a funds, but then they have patrons like Mr. Sarangi is there, and also the Environment Secretary and the Ministry, which means you may not be having too much of monetary resources, but you have enough of other resources to generate money. Or that itself is your asset. So I think that can be propagated much, much wider. And that's why I said we could even then, expand ourselves to the non-government sector, because this government is very open to public participation. As you saw, even recently we even opened up to the nuclear sector, and that's because Prime Minister is quite supportive about this larger integration between all these sectors. So making use of that, NPL could not only be an asset to some of the modern issues related to the environment or related to these photo voltage aspects, but it could also be a pioneer in a way, and also could add to the economic growth of this country in the years to come. And since all of us know that entire value addition to our economy when we reach 2047 is going to happen from the technology-driven resources, and by opening up the sectors which were hitherto not fully attended or adequately attended, whether it's a space, whether it's nuclear. So therein also we have a role to play. So I think with that kind of esteem, if we move on, we are not only confined to work as solitary or isolated scientists in the dingy labs not being noticed, but the country, the nation has much, much more to expect from us. And therefore, we can play a role which would enable us to be celebrated by the rest of the nation for having carried India from rank 4 to rank 1. So with that kind of, I think, esteem and that kind of conviction, as we move on, we would be much higher placed when we observe the next birthday of the NPL, and the head of the CSIR, who's, I think, the empire is so widespread across the country, 37 labs, next only to Queen Victoria, would be there to bless us all again. So till then, wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your truly enlightening and motivating address. Your vision not only guides us, but also fuels our passion to serve the nation through science. Your words are a constant source of inspiration for the entire CSIR family. Thank you once again, sir. Now, as a token of our respect and gratitude, I request Dr. Venugopal Achanta, Director CSIR-NPL, to please present a token of appreciation to Honorable Minister. Thank you, sir, for sparing your precious time for us. Now I request our Director, sir, to kindly felicitate Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi, Secretary MNRE, by a token of our respect and gratitude. Sir, please. And a token of gratitude for Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, DG CSIR and Secretary DSIR. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. So I request, sir, for vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone present here, and Happy New Year to all. It is my pleasant duty to propose a vote of thanks on the eve of 80th CSIR Foundation Day. Firstly, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Vice President of CSIR, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, for dedicating to the nation two important facilities: National Primary Standard Facility for Solar Cell Calibration, which is the fifth in the world, and it will put India on the global map, as well as National Environmental Standard Laboratory for Air Monitoring Equipment Product Certification, which is in the third in the world. Thank you, sir, for your great leadership and continued support. Once again, thank you for sparing time for your busy schedule. I deeply appreciate and dynamic leadership, encouragement, and motivation of DG Madam. We are very thankful to Madam for being with us and for all your support. I am very grateful to Sri Santosh Kumar Sarangi ji, Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, for each continuous support in establishing National Primary Standard Facility for Solar Cell Calibration and accepting our invitation participating in the Foundation Day function. Thank you, sir. Today we are missing our Secretary from Ministry of Environment Forest, but I would like to thank for Ministry of Environment and Forest for helping in establishing this National Environment Standard Facility. I would like to thank our Director Venugopal Ajanta ji for his continuous support and guidance for organizing this event. I would like to thank all directors of our sister labs, senior scientists of our sister labs for their participation and accepting our invitation. Special thanks to school children for participating in this Foundation Day celebration function and make it memorable. Special thanks for media person in participating in the Foundation Day function and covering the event. Special thanks to industry partner. They are made the collaboration with CSIR-NPL. I would like to thank all members of organizing committee and all scientists, students who have been working tirelessly day and night to make this event successful. I would like to thank all our supporting staff from IT, administration, purchase, electrical, horticulture, HLS, auditorium, cafeteria, and all other continuous support. Thank you very much to all again. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request the House to kindly rise for the national anthem.
नमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all. Sir, if you permit, can we have a group photograph with the audience? You just join in the first row, and all of you, I request all of you to please remain seated on your seats for a group photograph. Please remain seated, standing on your respective seats. We will have a group photograph with our Honorable Minister of Science and Technology.
ये फ़ोन उठवा लीजिए पहले, ये नीचे फ़ोन रख दीजिए।